right, gamers, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. As expected, we got the global data download first here this time. That is because JP is in maintenance until 4 a.m. So just as I told you guys last night, reminder that global is actually going to be getting the Kid Buu Red Zone stage a few hours before JP, because JP is still going to be in maintenance. And then I believe Super EZA Kid Buu drops tomorrow. Now, I will tell you guys, I don't think that there's anything else of this celebration. Like, this is the end of the celebration. Golden Week is definitely a bigger celebration than usual, but it's not a celebration on par with like Worldwide Download Celebration or something like that. I think that there is no chance that we see like an EX part or probably anything else coming. I mean, maybe next week there could be like, I don't know, maybe like something with Oob or something, but not like a banner. The next banners we're going to see, I think, on Global NJP is the next Dokkan Fest. The next Dokkan Fest exclusive is what we're going to see. For JP, maybe it's Physical Goku Black or some other character. For Global, maybe it's First Form Frieza. I guess people are throwing out Tanabata as a possibility. We'll see. Could happen. But, you know, because Global does have... They did say there's going to be a producer's letter, right? Coming up, so we'll see. All right. So we looked at that. JP is in maintenance. One other thing I need to mention right here. So they've kept this the same right here. This makes me think there is going to be a world tournament on Global this weekend. We are going to see a world tournament on Global this weekend. But apparently, for whatever reason, I don't know the full nitty gritty behind it, but Global needs to do a maintenance. And then that would allow them to actually have the world tournament like fixed or whatever and be used. I don't know why. I've talked about this, but I mean, as far as I've heard, the back end for Dokkan is a mess. Like we've seen discussion, it's kind of like left my videos and went to the timeline, stuff like that, of like, oh, like if they took Dokkan down for a little bit and worked on it, like as far as I'm aware, that actually would be a huge boon to the game. But for whatever reason, they have to do a maintenance. So anticipate that Global is going to be getting a maintenance sometime within the next couple of days. I would bet that this is going to hold true. Like, well, actually, I'm curious. The 24th of May. Yeah, it's not even Friday, because the World Tournament starts on a Friday. So like there's your proof right there. Like, World Tournament starts on a Friday for Global and ends on Sunday night. So yeah, there you go. So for sure, we're going to see a maintenance at some point this week for Global, and then the World Tournament is going to be this weekend. Now, the only actual character that's in the data download that's just going to be kind of like, you know, a release character is Super EZA Kid Buu, who comes out, well, I mean, it's going to be tomorrow night for me, but I mean, I guess the time is a little weird. So, all right, we can get rid of this. We'll go and take a look at Proton's thread, going over all of the info in the data download. Again, a little bit smaller. I have high hopes for this Red Zone stage. Hopefully this kind of like Red Zone Kid Buu stage. I mean, if they want to make this the toughest fight in the game, I will not be opposed to that. I think at the very least, like having Kid Buu be some type of 3 million super attack boss to kind of, you know, go into the rotation with Supreme Battle Spectacle Trunks and, you know, Gogeta Blue and the Cell Max fight and stuff like that would definitely be very interesting. Because the Buuhan, Babidi, and Deborah and Super Buu stages are not really that tough. It's like they're a red zone stage. You could easily get caught, you know, especially if you're going to use weaker characters and stuff like that. But none of the 3 Buu Saga Red Zone stages are within maybe even the top 10 most difficult fights on JP. Probably not, right? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, so we have a Super Battle Road stage, Extreme Super Battle Road stage for Android Cell Saga. Remember, JP's, you know, stages are a little bit different. Global's not fully caught up in terms of these yet. There is the, this is going to be the Kid Buu Red Zone stage, the Super EZA for Physical Kid Buu, and then a Patan as well. Yeah, barely anything in here. So you have the Super Battle Road stages. Nothing really too crazy. I mean, Heavenly Events, you just torch this with, like, Super Vegeta. Super Vegeta just clears this for free. Super Vegeta's on Heavenly Events, right? Yeah, he's definitely is. Yeah, yeah. Then same with Android Cell Saga. Yeah, these didn't come out that long ago on JP. Global is definitely, they are catching up. These are not that old on JP, man. Like, these came out on JP after Saiyan Day. So, Global is starting to catch up a little bit. That's good to see. That's good to see. So, here's the Kid Buu stage. Okay, so it starts on Earth. Yeah, it's the same battleground as the Super Battle Road stages. Yeah, the fight begins on Earth, and then, okay, so that means it is for sure gonna be multi-phases then. Okay, so I don't know what we can anticipate from this. Kid Buu, I think, could be very toxic. We saw previously a Dokkan event many years ago. This was back in 2017. This is back when Dokkan events were kind of like some like difficult content. And Kid Buu would super every attack he did. So, like, imagine if there's a phase of this Kid Buu, you know, he does like 2.5 million damage, and then he does like 3 attacks per turn, and all 3 are supers or something like that. That would be an interesting Red Zone fight. One thing that's really fun about Red Zone fights and Supreme Battle Spectacle fights, I mean, I guess the thing is, it's a gacha game, so if you're a free-to-play player, the fun, to me, could turn into real annoyance, of course. But a lot of the different gimmicks and stuff like that these fights have got are kind of fun. So I would expect Kid Buu will be structured very differently. And him, you know, because when he blows up the Earth, they could do a phase where he's super attacking every turn. They could have him, I mean, dude, he could be annoying. He could nullify melee supers in here. Because remember, STR Kid Buu does have a melee super nullification. Because in the Supreme Battle Spectacle Beast Gohan fight, the Ultimate Gohan nullifies Ki Blast supers. So I think it's a very good thing that we could see is Kid Buu nullifying melee supers, which would be interesting. So that would block, you know, some Beast Gohan stuff. Like, that would be really interesting. So we'll see. We'll see. There are a couple of missions here. So here's just kind of like other, like, just like regular mission stuff. You know, we got world tournaments. We got the normal Patan. We got the super easy Kid Buu stuff. Miraculous Awakening characters. Okay. I can't, what is, Kid Buu is weak to, oh my god, it's pure Saiyans. Yeah, the Kid Buu EZAs are weak to pure Saiyan. So that's going to be a joke. No difficulty whatsoever there. EZA pure Saiyan characters, and then Miraculous Awakening. I mean, just, you know, LRUI Goku is a Miraculous Awakening character. Like, there's quite a few of these. Namek Goku, I guess. Just coming up with a few off the top of my head. All right, so there's that. So here's this. Now, I made a tweet about this because I was really kind of like, huh, these missions are not hard. What makes a hard mission, so, you know, beat Kid Buu, clear all the stages of the Red Zone. Of course, this is going to be the last stage. And then beat with 4 Sworn Enemy and 3 Power Beyond Super Saiyan. That's a little mysterious to me, because typically what they do with these is it's 6. They tell you to bring a whole team, right? It was the time limit mission was 6 time limit characters, so you had to use the full specific team. Only using 4 and 3, it does make me consider that Kid Buu might actually be a contender for toughest fight in the game. I really think so. If they're going to make the missions that easy. It's not even a full Sworn Enemy team or anything like that. So I think I think we could see this guy be really, really nasty. I'm going to be really bummed. After seeing these missions, this is where my kind of like anticipation for this stage has kind of been like, oh, damn. Like, he really might be crazy. So we'll see. But I really think that this could be a really tough stage. The fact that you don't, like, this is, like, remember the Power Beyond Super Saiyan mission that I had so much difficulty with against Fusion Zamasu, it's because I had to use a full Power Beyond Super Saiyan team. Let's just type it in. Whoops. Bam. And there it is. Now, 4 hours of attempts to get through that because of how just ass the category was. That's so crazy. All right. So, yeah, we'll see. Then we have the super EZA physical Kid Buu. I don't want to go too crazy. We get details and immediately I see it chaos. People are arguing with each other, screaming at each other, calling each other names. It's like, bro, like, we don't need to start baiting within 2 seconds of getting details. Myself, I think Kid Buu is a top 3 EZA contender. I do think there's a chance in a week I could think he's better than Tech Gohan. I think this Kid Buu does have that potential. But people just need to accept it's a fact. Right now, AGL characters, we go, oh man, it's so good they're AGL. It's so good they're AGL. Well, Kid Buu's physical. So all these tough, it's not just Cell Max. It's not just Gogeta. Then there's also the Trunks fight. Then there's also the Dragon Ball Super Movie Memorial Beast Gohan fight, which is STR. And I'm seeing talk that the Kid Buu Red Zone stage may be STR. Like, this guy has massive type disadvantage. And people will see 60% damage reduction, and they pull their pants up and think, we're good, dude. He's good. 60% damage reduction doesn't mean shit, really. Well, I mean, I don't want to say that, because, like, once he supers, where is it? Dude, there's so much here. Yeah, here we go, right here. Once he does this, he's going to be fine. And you've got that damage reduction up. Like, a super attack will kill him. But, like, he's going to be looking good once that is up. But, this guy's not, like, an invincible juggernaut. To me, I look at his kit, and I think that they did about as good as they possibly could have. I look at this and think this is best case scenario. But you do need to understand he's a physical character. So he's at a heavy disadvantage in all these tough fights right now, right? And these are fights that are likely to get missions for Tanabata, for Worldwide Download Celebration, right? And stuff like that moving forward, right? Like, I'm sure Worldwide Download Celebration will drop, data download, and we have Cell Max missions, we have, Supreme Battle Spectacle, Beast Gohan missions, we have Red Zone movie boss rush missions. I promise shit like that's gonna happen, right? For, like, the initial, like, Worldwide Download Celebration data download. But again, not to be negative, because I do think that this guy is going to be super, super good. Because you cannot discount the fact that what you're going to want to do, I mean, initially, all you have to do is have him get hit 4 times, and then he's going to have damage reduction and crit. Now, I believe the way the crit works, he doesn't actually have 60% crit, by the way. It's multiplicative. I'd have to go see. I think it's like he's actually going to have, it's like a 52% chance to crit or something like that. But it's not actually just like added together. Like the 20 crit plus the 40% crit. The damage reduction is, though. So he does have 60% damage reduction permanently when he gets hit 4 times. So Kid Buu gets hit 4 times, and he's going to have 60% damage reduction. As a support character who potentially is giving 70% support to extreme class and 60% to super class, I mean, that's best case scenario. We'll take that. So it's like, I don't look at anything about this guy and say, oh, they coulda, shoulda. No, this is actually best case scenario, I think, in my opinion, for EZA characters. They're giving us EZA characters that are, I mean, Kid Buu is just straight up better than LR Ultimate Gohan. Like, straight up, right? Like, easily, I would say. Like, these EZA characters, like, they're in the mix. It's definitely, no one can convince me otherwise, because of how tough they made the Supreme Battle Spectacle fights and shit like that. And, I mean, I've been saying, it's the biggest power creep we've ever had. And Dokkan clearly agrees with me, because they're giving us EZAs that are actually, like, uber competitive in these fights. So we'll see. But yeah, this guy looks good. I think what's most likely in a week when I upload my, when I update my tier list, is I'm actually going to have Kid Buu at 2, probably, and Tech Gohan at 1, is what's probably going to happen. But we'll see. But yeah, he does look really good. So there's that. And then there's Patan as well. So that's it. Data download, not really that big. But a really, really challenging Red Zone stage is huge content. If this fight is up there, I think that this is going to be a very exciting, fight for us to do. So let me know what you guys think. You know, Kid Buu again drops on the 21st. Very, very high expectations for him. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.